What is up, people? Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another watch along here on the Cup Chasers. That's right, it's the M23 Derby, the one that nobody knows why it's a Derby. There's some old stuff back in the 70s that nobody remembers about coaches saying stuff to other coaches or whatever, but a Derby nonetheless here in the Premier League. Brighton Hove Albion hosting Crystal Palace. And Palace are in free fall, as we know, imploding every single day. That's what we saw in the last time we did a watch along for Crystal Palace. They imploded in a few seconds. I believe that was the Chelsea game. And Brighton ticking right along, but not necessarily having as many positive results as they need. And so they're in danger of being pushed down closer to the bottom of the table. So there is something in this one today. It looks like Strand Larson getting a start for Crystal Palace. I'm not sure if he has started in the Europa League, Conference League, I should say, this season. But getting a start here in the Premier League. I do believe it would be his first in the Premier League. Anyway, for Strand Larson, the former Wolves man. And Adam Wharton's going to be the guy for Palace today to look out for. I like Ismail Assar as well. Very, very quick on that right-hand side. Yeremy Pino going to be the creator. And Matt Hughes, the engine, of course. Tyreek Mitchell, Munoz, staples on the right and left-hand side of this 3-5-2 for Olali Glasner. Richards, the American, who will be in the side for the World Cup. And, of course, Lacroix and Lerma, Jefferson Lerma shot. That's interesting. Not an, of course. That's an interesting choice for a center back. I guess since Gahey's gone, that's all they have. So that's interesting. Across the line, it's Kadioglu and the Kuiper. According to BBC, it's a 4-3-3 from Brighton instead of their 3-5-2. Very interesting. So Kadioglu will be your right back. Of course, Dunk is in there. Probably be the captain if I had to guess. Boscagli and De Kuiper round out the back four. Howell, I'm not too familiar with. Baleba, of course, very, very good midfielder there. He's going to have to be big today versus Hughes and Wharton. And Pino in that middle of that field. Pascal Gross, we all know, very, very strong player back at the club, of course. Jorginho Rutter having a decent season. Gustalas, the Greek man up top, and Karu Matoma, the danger man on the left-hand side for Brighton. Definitely should be an exciting game, this one. As far as how it's going to play out, very, very interesting. Let me know what you think in the comments section down below. Of course, smash up the like button. Thanks for being here. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. It really does help us grow here at the Cup Chasers. And I want to know, like I say, what you're thinking about this one. Personally, I think Brighton are probably going to have a bit too much. It just depends on how Strand Larson fits into the Crystal Palace team. I think he's going to fit in well, to be honest with you. He's going to be playing going to be hitting balls down. They're probably going to be doing some long balls. Going to be a classic target man situation, and Strand Larson, I think his profile definitely fits that. I'm not sure if he necessarily is going to be the bags man or, the prolific goal scorer that Crystal Palace need. Obviously, Mateta was supposed to be the guy, but like we've been saying, all the off-field BS has kept him out of the side, is what I'm imagining. Maybe he's got an injury, not sure. But, yeah, very, very interesting today. My man Danny Welbeck on the bench. Menta as well. Options. Henselwood, of course. James Milner, the Crypt Keeper's dad, on the bench for Brighton. And for Palace, Gassan's decent. Kamada's a good player. Brennan Johnson, Nathaniel Klein. So a couple of players on the bench should Ollie Glasner need it today. But, yeah, looking forward to this one. Should be very fun. Should absolutely be very fun today for this one in the M23 Derby. Strand Larson with his first start for the club. Palace in that yellow away kit that we're familiar with this season. Perhaps not my favorite, but there you go. Fabian Herzl was never beaten Crystal Palace, apparently, according to production on that one. Very, very interesting. Oscar Barscagli, unknown to me. We'll see what he's got in that back line there for Brighton. This should be a fun game. Brighton normally go back and forth with teams, more than willing to pass to the lines, more than willing to be to play basketball. All right. We're ready to go here, people. Ready to go for the M23 derby at the Amex Stadium. Ooh, I didn't know Daichi Kamada's just back from injury. That's a big player for them to have back from injury, of course. Harry Howell, first Premier League start, 17 years of age. What a life. What a life. Well, there you go. He's one of our own, they sing. Harry Howell, one of their own. A seagull through and through. Gotta have a big game. Gotta have a big game in there versus Wharton. And, of course, versus, what's his face? I don't think there's a little bit of pressure on Fabian Hertzler. Not necessarily. Ollie Glasner, only manager to beat Brighton home and away last season. Jeremy Pino to get us started here, folks. And we're off at the Amex. A rivalry. It's foggy. It's cold down on the coast. The Battle of the Birds here. First, second ball comes down for Castellanos. Into the ball over the top there. Down to Verbruggen. Brighton fans up for this one, of course, as they would be against the arch rivals. Boscagli's from PSV, won the league last season. There you go. League winner in the team. We'll see what Strand Larson can do today. Of course. Ball into the channel. Recovered by Palace. First touch for Larson. Here is Munoz. Shaped for the cross. decided against it, and now they'll just recycle. They'll just recycle it. Will Hughes making himself available, of course. Tries to get the early cross. Harry Howell, with his first involvement, gets the applause from the home fans, despite conceding the throw. Palace could really use this bit of a morale boosting victory, morale boosting win for them would be huge. They're on 29 points with Spurs down there with Leeds, West Spam. They got to get something going here. There's Kadioglu for Brighton, however. The Kuiper does well to keep the ball there and find the opposite side of the press. There's some space on the right-hand side. Here's the youngster, the debutant, Mr. Harry Howell. A good ball wide. Crowd appreciates it for Jorginho Rutter. Step over. He's going to go around his man to the byline. Ball across. Whee! Not dealt with very well. And Jorginho Rutter already bigging up the crowd. It's good work. Good work to beat your man. Get isolated and beat your man to the byline. Hits it right through the homie. First corner of the game for Brighton. It's going to be an in-swinger. Looks more like a classic kind of setup. But now the big men going into the box. Got to have a good cross. In-swinger from Pascal Gross. Here it comes. To the back post. It's up. Who's in there? It's a scramble. Oof. And Lacroix just rips it away. Will Hughes says, calm down, everyone. And we'll run it back with Pascal Gross. And the man's got an incredible right foot. He certainly is going to put it right in the same spot. He's got the service. Certainly got the service, does Pascal Gross. Hasn't he been in Germany for a while, I think? Here we go. In-swinger. Back post. It's there for dunk. Oof. Not able to get it on frame. But you can see from the corner kicks what Brighton are trying to do. It's very Arsenal-esque. Run everyone to the front post and have one dude peel around to the back. We've seen that. Certainly seen that. It's effective. It's effective. Vandenberg, Verbruggen. It's Mark Verbruggen is the goalkeeper. I knew it was Dutch or something. Falls here for Mitchell. Forced to go back by Harry Howell. That's good work from the youngster. Ooh, that's good work from Palace. Henderson comes all the way. Ball off of Strand Larson. Or that's Verbruggen, rather. Who's hit it long there. Off of Strand Larson. Now it's a goal kick. Palace look eager to press high. Knowing that Brighton, of course, everybody presses Brighton high, man. Of course, because they know they're committed to a fault to trying to pass out from the back. For sure. And now Brighton's turn to press. Mitchell all the way back to Henderson. Make him hit it long. Got to win a second ball. That's what it is, Strand Larson. That's the strategy. He'll come down for Strand Larson. Is he going to get that to Munoz? It's not a good enough touch. Not a good enough touch. But you can see that Palace are more than happy to try to find Strand Larson and then find the second ball on the knockdown. I mean, it was the same with Mateta, the same with Jean-Philippe Mateta. And so Aldi Glasner's identity doesn't change. But, of course, oh, here's Adam Morton. He's not happy, the manager. Oi, good touch from Will Hughes around Jorginho there. Oh, my gosh. Very full-blooded challenge that. Right in front of the referee. He says play on. No one complains. Brighton doing well in their shape to force Palace back. But now Wharton will come get it. And look to get it started on the other side with Chris Richards. Brighton doing well. Ooh. Almost for Keru Matoma. Looking for Strand Larson once again. And that's going to be the game plan. Brighton do well to win the second ball. Fired in to Ruter on the other side, and he'll find Harry Howe with Mitchell for company. Some tight technical touches. Mitchell forces him back, but he does keep the ball. That's well done by the youngster. Just to get some early touches, get some confidence on the ball. He definitely does look confident. We'll see. The ball over the top, Matoma. Not quite able to get on the end of it. And now Palace will try to build. Interesting that against the ball, or maybe they've just rotated for now, but Matoma was pretty far forward there in the press. Boscagli down for De Kuiper. That's good work between the two defenders. Baleba. That's good work from Brighton. Crowd appreciates it. Crowd applauds. I do like Brighton's philosophy. I do like their approach. I think sometimes they're a little bit too intricate. But it always makes for entertaining games. It always makes for entertaining games, that's for sure. I think both teams to score has hit in Brighton games like 30 games running or something. Ooh, it's good work into the channel. Good step from Lacroix. But it's right back with Brighton. Harry Howe, twisting, turning. Jeremy Pino forces him back, however. Woof. Dunk just gets there. And now they can break through the lines. He's done well against Hughes. What's up, Texas? How you doing? What's up? What's up? Good ball across. But they'll be able to handle it here, Palace. Or maybe they won't. Whew. Good pressure from the home side. But Strand Larson has been the target. He's the target every time, even not even just from goal kicks and when the ball's with Henderson, but even when it's with Mitchell, he's been looking for, and Jefferson Lerma, they've both been just trying to find Strand Larson for the knockdown. Very obvious from Palace, but they've won it high here with Ismail Assar. He's got a 1v1 here with Boscagli. Gets it back from Munoz for the cross. It's only Strand Larson in there. It's only Larson in there if you're going to hit it past him. And there's the ball from Verbruggen away. Got to win this second one. He's doing well there. He's going to get it wide from Matoma. Is he going to bring it in? That's good work from Jefferson Lerma. Good work to break up the fast break from Brighton, and that's going to have to be all day long. They're going to have to be very alert to the transitions from the Seagulls for sure. Yeah, Matoma definitely has been. Commentator talking about Matoma has had a little bit of a drought. It's not been his best season, but he's still dangerous. Still very, very dangerous. And we will be seeing him in the summer at the Mundial. Harry, how the kid does look comfortable, as the commentators say, but it's been all backwards so far. He did have the one good turn, and but he's been forced back for the most part so far. Interesting win. Palace Brighton rather decide to press high. That's good work there to get it back to Verbruggen. They'll build with the Kuiper. And now Boscagli in for what? Foul. Nope. Referee says play on. Munoz for Wharton. Brighton have done well so far. I was going to say they've done well. I was going to say to keep Wharton quiet and then foul. And then they kick him. But that's the matchup, isn't it? Baleba versus Wharton. Oh. 30 minutes later, if he does that 30 minutes from now, he's definitely getting a yellow. Definitely getting a yellow if he does that 30 minutes later. And here comes the free kick. It's a straight one to the back post. He's by himself back there. Ooh, a little bit too far. Here's Will Hughes. It's bouncing in there. Oof, Matoma almost broke. And that's a good ball. Is he going to get there? Ooh, Henderson alive to it. Henderson alive to it. Is that not a foul, referee? Oh, Kostelos does so well there, the Greek. Here's Jorginho. Oof, is he limping? What's happened? He's not aware that it's not his ball. Now he's confused. Of course, production would rather zoom in on Henderson than show us the game. Here we go. Wharton causing Brighton to just retreat, concede a little bit of territory. Worked for Mitchell on the other side. And this is always an interesting fixture because both teams willing to play out, willing to pass. I would say Palace are a bit more in the vein of looking for the target man, Strand Larson. That was almost a good pass from the new forward. Almost. And I think that's just a product of Strand Larson hasn't played with Ismail Assar because even I know he's got the pace. If you hit that, if you actually play the ball a little bit further ahead, like with some pace, homie's going to get there. He's fast. And I'm just not sure that Strand Larson is necessarily played with him enough to be that comfortable. He would have created a 1v1 with the goalkeeper, and it would have been like a one-touch situation for Sarr, but he's got it. I like him. He's a good player. Ball into the channel here, just after I talk about Brighton not wanting to hit it long. And Harry Howell doing well. Not well enough. It'll be a throw for Palace. What a life. 17-year-old getting the start today. What a life. Oh, wow. If James Milner gets one more appearance, he will draw level with Gareth Barry for the most ever. I expect James Milner will 100% surpass. He'll get two more appearances at some point. I mean, he's ancient. The Crypt Keeper's dad, but they got to give it to him just to get the record, right? The Kuiper into the channel for Jorginho. That's a good switch there. Kadioglu. Hey. Got to bring that one in. Got to bring that one in. I think Kadiago is a good player. Might have been a rough ball to handle, but he's definitely a feisty right back. I've seen him play more wing back. Oh, it's a horrible ball right to Matoma. One more. Oh, the 1-2 was there. Oh, that's a foul. That's a poor challenge, and that'll be a yellow. For Will Hughes. Ah, probably not. Oh, let's look at this. That is a rough challenge, man. Ooh. Ooh, that's a rough challenge. I mean, they might look at that. VAR might look at that one because he has studs up, hit his standing foot. And Will Hughes is not the man you want on a yellow. That's like his game is being really aggressive in the battle in that midfield. And he might have to come off because that's way too early for Hughes to get a yellow. Yeah, no one's committee around the ball. Yeah, but it's Pascal Gross all day long. He's by far the best dead ball situation set piece taker for Brighton. Weird angle for him, but he's still got the better service than De Kuiper. Certainly, in my opinion. Wait, dunk. All right, here we go. Ball back in play with second ball down for Ismail Assar. Good turn there. Good touch from Strand Larson. Just not quite there. But Brighton Palace with some energy in this press right here. Trying to keep Brighton in. Strand Larson. Ooh. That was close. Here's the Kuiper. That's good work from Matoma. Oh, but Castellas is giving it away. They'll get the foul. They'll get the free kick. Definitely get the free kick there. I think he was following the ball, but then out of the corner of his eye, he noticed the challenge. This here's a good touch from Matoma. They'll call it. Yeah, all right. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I think Costellas is lucky though. Lucky that Lacroix is taking him out, taking Matoma out. You know, because he would have been. I agree, Texas. I agree. A lot of teams don't really think about it, and Will Hughes got his 5th yellow just now, and so he'll be out. So my stream's going back and forth, and I was behind it, but now my clock is right with where my stream is. Yeah, but Will Hughes, 5 yellows. Where I'm at, it's a ball across for Kadiaglu. 20 minutes on the clock. Exactly. Here's Dunk. For a second there, I think we might be behind the live, but the stream had caught up with it for a second there, I thought. Oh, and well, there it goes. Oh, goodness gracious. Yesterday it was a windstorm causing power outages. Now we got random internet issues. Nope, that's not it. Not it at all. I agree 100%, Texas. Got the stream back up here. I agree 100%, Texas, that Our discipline has definitely been better this season, and it's been a good thing. We kind of gave that curse to Chelsea, didn't we? Oh, man. We're back up, and I'm at 21, 34, 35 as the ball goes wide. Oh, it's a poor pass from Harry Howell. Kadioglu was in a good position, but then he comes back and makes sure there's not a fast break afterwards. Yeah, that's good. Good D at least after giving the ball away, makes up for the mistake. Does the young kid. All the way back here. Palace will look to. Well, that's a good touch for Wharton. Palace, of course, very, very expansive in the way they try to build up. But Brighton doing really well just to make him hit it long. Oh, that's a good win from for Lerma all the way across. But there's no one over there. Somebody's got to go help him. Where's the left forward? The winger. Where's Yeremy Pino? He's in the middle of the park. So when Mitchell gets that ball high and wide on the left-hand side, Larson or someone has to make a run into the channel. There was nothing there for him. Brighton will win it in the middle of the park here. Here is Jorginho on the right-hand side, right at the heart of the defense. It's bouncing. And it just runs for Dean Henderson there. And as soon as I made the comment about Palace being the team to hit it long and Brighton not necessarily doing that. Well, there it is. There's a longer pass. Oh, it's a great pick out, though, for Pino in the middle of the park. Now Hughes with some space on the opposite side. And now somebody's got to make the run for Mitchell here into the. Yeah. Oh, he's just going to beat his man. That's fine. Ball across. Where you at? Oof. Behind everyone, unfortunately. Tries a dink. Kostelas with the flick on. Doesn't come off. And Palace can come again. That's a good ball. Early ball. Here's Pino. Oh, just getting their lines crossed. Just getting their lines crossed. I think you can tell that none of these guys have played with Strand Larson very much. And so there's a little bit of chemistry missing. A lot of space here for Kadioglu. Comes powering forward on the right-hand side. Looking for Jorginho in the middle. Baleba does really well there. And they'll just recycle. I think Baleba's a very good player, but he seems to not be like he seems to shy away from like the really taking the game by the scruff of the neck. Oh, hey, Sarr's taking it off of him here, and he's going to go right at Lewis Dunk. That's a great challenge from the Brighton captain there. Just allows teammates to retreat with him. Strand Larson not even on your toes there, buddy. Well, so too is Harry Howell, who is in a battle with Tyreek Mitchell. That's an absolute battle over there on the left-hand side. I think Mitchell's relishing it because he knows he's up against a 17-year-old. Thanks for being here, everybody. Go ahead and smash up the like button. It really does help the channel. I appreciate it. Subscribe if you're new. Be a pleasure to welcome you to the community. Of course, I want to know what you're thinking in the comments section as well. 0-0 here in the 26th. Do we think anyone? I definitely believe both teams are going to score. That has hit for Brighton like 30 games running or something crazy. Or some very small number it hasn't hit in a huge number of times that it has. The record is wild. Of course, gamble responsibly, people. Here I am talking about making bets. Wharton will win that, and it's a one-time ball into the channel for Ismaila Sarr. And he's, of course, going to get there. And then he gets pushed down by Buscaglia. You can't wag your finger after you push somebody down, man. You're right in front of the AR. You're right in front of the lineman. Yeah, that's a foul, bro. You've extended your elbows, man. That's a foul. The Smile Sar is quick, man. Very quick. And there's no need to foul him there, really. You can just keep him in the corner. You can just, shake of the head from the former PSV Dutch League champion, Mr. Buscagli. Will Hughes is going to take it. I guess he's the only left footer. It's an interesting that Pascal Gross, that Yeremy Pino or Adam Wharton isn't on the free kick. But it's Will Hughes with the left foot, and they're crowded in the 6. Like a WWE match. Here comes the ball. It's not bad. And eventually cleared by Karu Mitoma. Eventually cleared good D from the goals. All the way back for Henderson to hit it long. Larson's elbowed Buscagli in the face, it looked like. Credit to him, doesn't go down. Second ball. And that's good work from Karu Mitoma to win it. And now set Brighton on their way. Fast break. Kadioglu overlap on the right-hand side. Here's the ball. First time cross. Oof, doesn't get past Tyreek Mitchell, who does very well. And now it's a chance for Palace to come the other way. 2v3. Larson's going to find Ismail Assar. You're going to get a 1v1 here. Beat him. Oh, it's so slow. Good D, though. That's great defense. Way too slow from Ismail Assar. Never decided on anything. Decided not to do anything, and now he's going to hold his head. That is very poor from Ismail Assar, bro. This is the kind of stuff I'm talking about. I did a short on it a couple of days ago. VAR should be able to give retroactive cards for diving and for simulation and for faking. He doesn't even hit his face. Right here. Let's look at this. Okay, he hits him right in the nose. Never mind. His shoulder hits him right in the nose there. I'm just saying that when there's a clear and obvious dive, a clear and obvious simulation, like when in 2002, the World Cup semifinal, when the Turkish guy hit the ball, or it was the group stage where they hit the ball off Rivaldo when they were playing against Brazil, off his knee, and he goes down holding his face. Like that's the kind of clear and obvious stuff I'm talking about when you should give yellows. And it would eradicate, in my opinion, the diving in the box. It would eradicate people just holding onto their face. Like most people that are locked into the league, I would imagine, have played at some point. And while I obviously never played anywhere near this level, I've gotten hit in the face so many times playing this game. Like it happens. And so do we really have to stop the game for 5 minutes every time somebody's eyebrow gets hit by a gust of wind? Like I'm just saying we can there's a happy medium that we should be able to find, and I think retroactive yellows on things that VAR are already looking at should be able to be given for simulation and diving. I think it would totally help. Absolutely, Texas. Absolutely. It's part of the model for Brighton. And they always seem to, Brighton always seem to have the next guy up and the next guy up and the next guy up. I think Palace are a bit more in trouble, honestly. Ooh, the cross! And a shot to Kuiper. Oh my God. How did that even squirt across? I don't think what's the kid's name? Harry Howell in the back post expected it to come across. But yeah, Texas, I actually did a short specifically on Palace the other day in the week. Oh, he's giving it right back. Sar has. Here is Pascal Gross. Ooh. Or it was the Kuiper actually with the shot, but Henderson was right behind it. Yeah, I actually did a short on Palace the other day about how the board has completely let Glasner down. And it's the same thing that's happened at Wolves. They're selling their best players in the middle of the season when the coach is trying to build something. And now the coach is like, you know what, F it. And so Mateta's like, F it, and like all of their best players. And I mean, no disrespect to Strand Larson, but JP Mateta is far better. He's so much better than Strand Larson. Like he's the I get that the difference in ages is a thing, but I think Brighton overall are far better at replacing their players that they sell than Palace has shown that they are. Um, you know, just look at what Palace have done with FA Cup money and Europe money. It's an implosion rather than kicking on and becoming a better and better and a better side. Rampant simulation that made Martinelli think Bradley was not seriously injured when Arsenal played. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's the whole environment around the game because of how often people are faking to stop the game. I agree 100%, And no, I don't think, I think in that situation, Martinelli was very, very classy to come out and apologize and really put transparency on that whole situation. It wasn't a good look in the in the moment. You know what I mean? Ball across, it's in there. Who's gonna get there? Wharton. Ooh, that was not far away. That looked like a really difficult chance, and it was not far away. But yeah, in the moment, it wasn't a good look for Nelly. Of course not. But there was, I think Slot's comments that day were spot on. Oof. Palace wanting maybe a pen. But yeah, I think especially on penalty incidents that VAR is already looking at, like you're already there. If it's a clear and obvious dive, and we do need to redefine what clear and obvious means. If it takes more than 2 minutes, it ain't clear and obvious. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes you can tell. Like, and I'll hold my hands up. I forget what game it was. It was versus flipping Portsmouth. That Madueke he dove, clear and obvious dive to get that penalty, and then he missed it. Football gods right there. Football gods spoke that day. But that's what I'm talking about. In my opinion, Madueke should have got a yellow card, and it should have been a free kick the other way because that was clear and obvious. I think there wasn't was there VAR that day? There may not have been VAR that day, and that was why he did that BS. And I called him out in my match reaction. I was like, that's some scummy shit, And if they would have had VAR, I think they could have given him a yellow for diving. If that had been a thing. It's one of, they always do a postseason review of the rules, do PGMOL, and I think they need this. This needs to be a discussion. Anyway, fall into the channel, flicked on by Jorginho. Mitchell's going to beat Harry Howell there, but he's going to put Dean Henderson under pressure. But they'll win the second ball, do Brighton. Costellas almost able to turn. Battling hard in there. Oh, what great work from Baleba. He's one of those that ain't going to be at Brighton. Ooh, is Jorginho going to get around him? No, he's going to foul Lerma there. He obviously is bewildered with that call. But, Baleba is one of those that I think Manchester United are sniffing around. He's going to have a lot of suitors in the summer. Oh, come on, man. See, that's another thing in the game today. When anybody feels anything on their back, like when the ball's up or anything on their back at all, down you go. I think that's so soft. Lerma goes down like a sack of potatoes there, man. Just so soft. And the refs give it every time. They give it every single time. Wharton wins the second ball. That's great work. Oh, it's a poor touch from Ismail Sarr. Sells Munoz very short. And it becomes a 50-50 challenge. Munoz gets up thinking he might be bleeding. Not happy. But it'll be a long throw opportunity. Everybody's got somebody that can chuck it in. Oh, Chris Richards does have the throw. For Pal. Oh, that's why. Because Kaoru Mitomo's punched him in the face. That's why. Elbows him right in the face. That will happen. There's the ball. It's chaos in there. Who's going to get it? Looking like a 4-year-old rec team. Nope. Good clearance by Wait, that wasn't a clear. That was a pass backwards. Verbruggen will get underneath that one very, very easily. And there's acres of space over here for Pascal Gross on the right-hand side. But Palace retreat very well back into their shape. And Pascal Gross passes it into nobody. Fake out. And here's De Kuiper. Baleba on the ball here. They need to get him more involved. He does seem the type of player that doesn't necessarily want to be in the limelight. That's a good pass in for Reuter with the shot. Blocked from Costellos, and then De Kuiper will hit one. He's not afraid to shoot. De Kuiper. He's going to be offsides from the block where he blocked his own man. Whoops. It's a good D, though. Good D from the Brighton man on the Brighton man. Yeah, right in the way. Might even be a handball, too. Oh, man. That will happen sometimes. It's smashed right at you. You don't know much about it. Hmm. 7 of 13 meetings, well, the last 13 meetings, I should say, between Palace and Brighton have ended in a draw. So says the Sky Sports commentator. Another long throw opportunity for Chris Richards. Lacroix telling the away fans to let's hear some noise. He's feeling it. They're in there. All the big men are up. And here comes the throw. Somebody's got to get underneath the first one. And it's flicked on. Chaos. What's up, Charles? My prediction for the big game, Liverpool 3, Manchester City 2. We're going to get some basketball. It's going to be fun. And it's going to be a good day for the Arsenal. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm hoping. Or it could be a stink fest, just based on how much pressure's on it. Both Chelsea and United won their games yesterday, and so have put pressure on Liverpool. Of course, we put pressure on Manchester City. You bet your ass, Texas, I will be doing the watch along for the big one. It's not the same stream, so there'll be a new stream. Here is Munoz on the other side. Dunk has to get it clear, and he arrowed that one in there. I will 100% be locked in right here doing the watch along for Liverpool versus Manchester City. The hate along, we should say. And as they said over on Fire Them Cannons this morning with the Anton and Cal show, make sure you subscribed over there, guys. As they said over there, we're never walking alone today. We're making sure the Reds never walk alone. Shameless, as shameless as I could be. Me and my man Asif from the panel, we're bros today. That's for sure. No, we got one hand on the title if Liverpool do win. Good clearance there from Verbruggen, and now he's been kicked. Referee hasn't seen it. It'll be another long throw. But no, I think we definitely have one grip on one handle of the trophy if it goes to 9. Obviously, still 13 games to play, and anything can happen. But we didn't take our opportunity to go 9 clear or go even farther clear, double digits, whatever it was, when we played Liverpool. Didn't take the opportunity with Forest. We took it this time. And hopefully the football gods will reward us for doing so. Cross back in after the throw. Smush! Sarr was there. Getting my words mixed up. In the excitement there, he was there. And Palace with a little bit of pressure here. Oh, yeah. Absolutely, Texas. We are huge Liverpool fans. Come on, Mo Salah. You got to do something. You haven't done anything all season. We need him to step up today. He normally plays well against City. Normally plays well in the big games. And we're big Mo Salah fans for the time being. It's a wrestling match, WWE in the 6-yard box. In swinger from Hughes. It's up to the back post, back across. Not a great header from Sarr. And the pressure just relents for the moment. Brighton can take a goal kick. Started pretty quick this game, back and forth. Now that both teams have settled, it's been a bit more of a chess match. Still 3 minutes left in the half. But Verbruggen hits it long this time. Way! Yeah, that's a foul. Reuter not letting Lacroix even jump. Hey, that works for me. That works for me, Charles. Here, I'll hide underneath the thing. I don't know how to make that smaller. But yeah, that works for me, Charles. Absolutely does. We're gonna have to like figure out a format where it doesn't do that. But anyway, yeah. I would love a 3-3. I would love a basketball. Pep Linders, for sure. On the sideline there for Manchester City. Ooh, Ismail Sarr into the pocket here. Dunk comes across, has the shot. I think Dunk does just enough to put Sarr off, but you can definitely see, long ball, win the second one, find the quick transition from Palace. That's the order of the day, and he's just missed it. Lewis Dunk does just enough. But yeah, Pep Linders indeed does know a bit about Manchester City, and I would love a 3-3. I would love that would be so fun. And we get go up by, what would we be, 7 points then? We would be up, or 8 points we would be up. If City got a point, that's fine. Doesn't change much for me because, as Cal Gunner says over on Fire Them Cannons, he thinks that United loss kind of lit a fire underneath us, and we've been very good since. Costello does well to win that back, and he'll go at the Palace defense. It's a straight ball in. Oof. That was a great cross. Unexpected, perhaps, from Harry Howe. Good hit. Good hit. Hey! Or Harry Howe was there. He was almost the one on the end of it. Yeah. Nice cross that. And Henderson gives it right back to Buscagli. And Brighton will come again. We're about to find out how much stoppage time there will be. So Long looking for Matoma. He's going to get underneath it here. Oh, that's good D from Jefferson Lerma in the end. I actually haven't heard anything definitive, but I thought it was like a cramp or like a contact injury, like he's just gonna be like a bruise or something. I don't think he's actually injured. It might be like a slight knock. So we might see Martinelli versus Brentford on Thursday instead of Trossard, but I don't think it's anything serious. I certainly haven't heard of anything serious. So a lot of people are saying about Trossard that after the game he was very animated, like in the celebrations and stuff, and he was like walking around and looked completely fine. And so, but there hasn't been anything definitive from the club or anything, as far as I have seen. But a lot of what I'm reading and what I've heard from what I listened to this morning was that he was like, he looked like he was celebrating too hard to be injured, I guess is the consensus. But yeah, I'm a big fan of Bossardino, and I think he is going to be very important in the run-in. Very important. I thought he was very good versus Sunderland. Had to work hard like we all did. The whole team had to work hard for sure, um, for about an hour at least until it was till Yuckerez put it to bed. But yeah, Trossard was good. I'm a fan. I'm absolutely a fan. That is for sure. It's a very nice stadium. Getting a stadium view in production here from Sky Sports, the blimp view. It's funny. There's like on the side there on the right hand. Well, just from my angle or whatever. There's like a space of green grass, and then but out right beside it is like really brown grass, right where the property ends, I guess. Nah, wait, that was too close to the stadium. There's no way the property ended there. That's funny. Maybe that's where the fake grass is on the outside. No, I didn't really know why Matoma was down, but it looks like he got some an elbow to the face or something, and he's got a huge thing in his nose. I agree, Texas. I agree. For what was a random January signing from Brighton, no less. It turned out he's turned out to be a very, very good signing for Mikel Arteta, and yeah, I like him a lot. I think he's actually one of our best finishers, like technically, as far as his touch and his eye for the goal. I think Trossard's one of our best. Oof. Is Matoma gonna have to come off? They were definitely doing like a concussion thing with the lights in his eyes. But the ball hadn't been in play for any of the stoppage time minutes, so we'll probably get at least 2 minutes now. But of course, it's all up to the referee's discretion at this point, as we're 4 minutes deep into 2 minutes of stoppage time. No telling what will be there. Matoma back on the field. Definitely think it's been a little bit cagey ever since they settled down, but the different approaches are clear to see. I think Brighton have gone long a little bit more than I would have expected. Perhaps that's because Palace have finally sorted out the press and done well to make them do so. All right, referee wasn't playing around. He's like, you know what, we're just gonna go ahead and go in for the halftime tea and the halftime chat, of course. And yeah, it's been a good game. Very cagey, very tight. Both teams pretty even. I think that the Will Hughes yellow card definitely affected his aggression, and he kind of faded as far as the battle in that midfield. Wharton's had some good touches, but I think Baliba has covered him well throughout the first half and pretty much nullified him. I think Palace are suffering a little bit from um, uh, what's up, Don James? Don't necessarily agree that Brighton could go down. I think Palace are in far more danger of that. But the problem with that is the fact that Wolves are already down. Burnley can't score a goal to save their life. And, you know, the West Hams and Forests of the world are in a bit more trouble because Sean Dyche ball over at Forest is they're not scoring many goals either. And so I think Leeds are just fine. They're going to be just fine. Honestly, in my opinion, I would say that Leeds are a better side than Palace, than Spurs, than Forest, than West Ham. So I think Leeds are going to be just fine. But those four teams, it's going to be one of those four. It's Palace, Spurs, Forest, or West Ham who go down as the third team. Burnley and Wolves are definitely down. Uh, Palace, I think, could be in danger. Absolutely could be in danger if form continues like it does, and if they don't figure out how to get Strand Larson clicking and with good chemistry in this team, I definitely think it could be an issue uh, for sure for Palace, especially with the mood around the club, with the fact that Glasner's like, I'm out of here, with the whole Mateta saga. Yeah, I definitely think Palace could be in trouble. Uh, Brighton, Brighton literally are an average team, and their results show that. I think they're on the same amount of wins, draws, and losses, and they do that like every season. Like they're the typical 11th place team. Yeah, man, I've watched a number of Leeds games this season, and obviously I watched both of them versus Arsenal, and we were just we just tactically were a better side, and the goals changed those games. The early goals for Arsenal changed those games, and Leeds had to chase, and that's why we are responsible for your neg 9 goal difference at the moment. But other than the games against Arsenal, what I've watched of Leeds has been very good in my opinion, as far as staying in the league and becoming a Premier League side that's here to stay, like Sunderland are. Sunderland already, of course, are here to stay. I think Leeds are going to be just fine as far as the relegation fight. No, I'm not a huge fan of the wingback system in general of the 3-5-2, but I do like James Justin and Jaden Bogle as your wingbacks. I know that's not what James Justin had to play right center back versus Arsenal or versus Forest. But I thought you were very good against Forest. I did the watch along for that game, and I thought Leeds were a well better side, dominant in that game, and so I think you're going to be just fine as far as relegation is concerned. But obviously, I love Brendan Aronson. He's one of my favorite players as far as Americans who are abroad, and I think he works really really hard for the team, and I'm definitely hoping that Pochettino has his eye on him because he will work even harder for the flag. And I like Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I think he's a good finisher. He's having a good run as well. And I honestly think you got a shot at Stamford Bridge on Tuesday. Yeah, Brendan Aronson has definitely improved a lot for sure. I think Leeds have a shot at uh, getting something from Stamford Bridge, to be honest, on Tuesday, because you know Chelsea, man. I hate Chelsea. We'll just get that out there, of course. But also, objectively, I don't know what Liam Rosenyor's doing. Like, I don't know what I can never kind of like why they didn't play James versus us. Like, it's weird, right? And so uh, you never know what they're going to bring, what they're going to show against you. And you guys, with the likes of Ampadu and Gruev there in the midfield for Leeds, you guys battle really tough. You win a lot of second balls. Um, Personally, I think sometimes your back line is a little too willing to hit it long. But in the last few games, Calvert-Lewin has been playing so well uh, with the winning those first headers, and Ampadu and Gruev have been very good at winning the second balls. And Anton Stack is a very good in the midfield as well for Leeds. I think that even though for me, you guys hit it long a little, you're a little bit too willing to hit it long when it doesn't work out in the build-up, like you were versus Everton. I think Leeds sat back way too far versus Everton and allowed them to come back into that game. Obviously, it was an away match, so I understand the philosophy. But yeah, I like Daniel Farka. I like the energy that Leeds always bring to the game, and I like Ellen Road. Obviously, I've never been there, but you can hear it through the headphones that the fans are always up for it. Fans are always up for it there, and Leeds, of course, are a classic team, classic Premier League team from when I was young. When I was just a bit younger. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what, if any, changes happen in this one as far as Brighton and Palace are concerned. Trent Larson looks like he's enjoying himself based on this little highlight reel here. But I think Palace are going to need to find a little bit more chemistry with him, and a little bit. It'll take time, of course. Of course, it will take time. But I myself am going to take a quick halftime break. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for being here. That's right. Here, it's halftime, and I really appreciate you being here from the bottom of my heart. It really does help the channel. So go ahead and smash up the like button. Of course, you already know the drill. Hype it up if you got any left. Of course, subscribe to the channel if you are new. It would be my pleasure to welcome you to the community, of course. And as always, let me know what you're thinking about this one in the comments section down below. Fuck your blood! Properly!
The Chiefs is saying, and what you've said for weeks about Man United, why don't they play countering attacking football? And then they did it, and they won. And what's City not good at? Defending counter-attacking football.
Mikel Arteta, you sir. Midfield a few times. Like people like hammering down the door. Like I'm trying to work it through here in my mind, and I can't figure out what's made him so afraid. All right, people, let me know in the comments. I want to know what you think the managers should do to influence this game. Do we need more of the same? Do we need wholesale changes, or maybe just a couple of little tweaks? Of course, thanks for being here. I want to know your opinion. All right, people, we are back. We'll get the stream sorted once again, of course. Yes, indeed. It's been a good weekend of football. Of course it has. And I am excited about the Man City-Liverpool match, of course. I'm excited that hopefully this second half here can pick up a bit. And maybe I've cursed the game by talking about how the both teams to score has hit for Brighton in however many games. And so hopefully I haven't doomed us to a 0-0 here. But it's going to be interesting if there's any changes. I don't necessarily think, that Hertzler would be motivated to make any changes. I think they maybe have just edged it, but they kind of lack a little bit of creativity in the middle of the park. Laba's more of a defensive player, I feel like. They kind of need somebody like Wharton on the other side, to kind of get things going in the middle there. Pascal Gross hasn't really had as big of an effect as they obviously would have wanted. But we'll see if he makes any changes in the midfield, Hertzler. I think as far as Glasner's concerned, I think he might be happy to let it go for another 15 minutes as well. Sarr's playing well. I think Strand Larson is at least enjoying himself. And so if they can get the, maybe a little bit of chemistry going, a little bit of, couple of passes that are just too far behind them, just a little bit too ahead of them or whatever. When they can get a couple of those right, I think Palace definitely can be dangerous in this one. But as we know, of course, Matoma is still out there. They still got some danger men, Brighton themselves. And, of course, my man Danny Welbeck waiting in the wings, lurking, waiting to come on for the winner. That's like his specialty. Old Danny Welbeck. I think it's funny that I'm such a big fan of his, given where he started. and the fact that he wasn't necessarily what you would call prolific in an Arsenal shirt. Not necessarily what you would call prolific in any shirt, but I'm a fan. I always thought Welbeck worked really, really hard for the team, no matter whose team he played in, and that's something you got to respect. Of course. Anybody watching the Super Bowl tonight? I might watch some of the commercials, but as you might have guessed, the NFL's not necessarily my favorite. But we might be tuned in just because of the spectacle. Just because of the spectacle. We'll see how I'm feeling later on today. We'll see how I'm feeling later on today. Oh, picture of the Liverpool team bus showing up to Anfield. Lots of people gathered around to watch them walk in on this Super Sunday, as Sky Sports calls it. We should be getting kicked off in this second half pretty soon. And yeah, I doubt there'll be any changes. I think they'll both be happy to let it run for about 15 minutes or so. And then we'll see if anyone can affect the game. Either manager can affect the game in some way, shape, or form. Yes. Hopefully we can get some goals here. Yes, the Super Bowl is definitely more entertainment, Texas. It's for the past couple of seasons. I mean, I'm from the Charlotte area originally, so I'm a Carolina Panthers fan by default. But I kind of checked out. I've kind of been checked out because they've been terrible. But yeah, we do tune in to the Super Bowl for the commercials and for the different things. Not sure about the Bad Bunny halftime. Not sure about all that, but maybe we'll mute it or something. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Actually, I think my wife wants to watch the Turning Point USA one, so we might be tuned in to the Turning Point halftime show instead of the regular halftime show. But speaking of halftimes, this one has come to an end, and the Palace players are rolling out back onto the field. I think Jefferson Lerma's done well in the back line. Obviously, he's not a defender. Is that Micah Richards in the studio? Good grief. I think he's just there normally for comedic value, like he is in the Paramount Studios during the Champions League. Oh, gee. And they got Carragher and Micah Richards. Thing 1 and thing 2. Sky Sports, man. What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? All right, people. About to kick back off here at the Amex. And here we go, Brighton to get us back underway. And it'll be a long ball to get us started. Got to win a second ball. Wharton wins the first one. That's going to be offsides. How are you offsides from the clearance? Come on. I got an inkling here that we might see a far more exciting second half than we did in the first half. I just got a feeling that we might get some goals here in this one as we get the clock rolling. All right, here we go with Baleba. Brighton looking to play it around, finding the triangles in the midfield, finding the space and the rotation. That's good work. Down the right, left in the channel from the Greek forward. Also good work. from Munoz. But the second ball comes down for Baleba here. Ooh, that's a good turn. Oh, man took it from him. He's about to take the shot, and his own man takes the ball off of him and passes it backwards. Well, that was interesting. That was certainly an interesting one. Ball across here for Pascal Gross. You can't let him get that ball in. Oh, Jorginho Reuter's first touch has not necessarily been the best today. I think he's made some good runs, gotten to some good spaces, but has not really had the quality in the first touch so far. Van Hecke is the one that Buscaglia has replaced today. Here's some space for Costellas. Gross trying to get Harry Howell to hit the first time. Cross. He's going to jinky, turn, twist. But my man, Chris Richards, the American, with some fantastic defense there just to shield the ball out for the goal kick. We're going to need Chris Richards, we being the good old US of A. We're going to need him in the summer. I hope Pochettino has his eye on this one. For sure. Chris Richards is going to be good. Although Tim Ream was in there last time. We'll see in a couple weeks for the March international break. We'll see what Pochettino's doing in the last one, but hopefully he will have his eye on the American contingent abroad. Weston McKennie's doing good at Juventus. Despite that 3-0 loss to Atalanta in the Cup, he was good in that game. Ball down here. Kadioglu tries something, and Howell will come down with it. Does well to get past Mitchell. Advantage played. Costellas spinning, twisting. Pascal Gross early cross. Oof. Munoz, very important header. Schmeichel can break with that speed. De Kuiper keeping pace with him. That's well done. That's a good run from Larson. He's going to get there. Oof. Almost got there, did Strand Larson from the ball around the corner from Ishmael Assar's very good pass. Oh, Matoma's done very well to hit it off the defender there for the throw-in. Yeah, Captain Dunk showing why he's got the armband there. Fantastic challenge. Lewis Dunk, very good player. Very good defender, staple back there for Brighton. Kadioglu just rips one up the line. Mitchell will pull it in and find Wharton in the middle of the park. That's a great pass for Pino. Oof. Very important interception from Buscaglia there. Very important interception. Great vision from Wharton to see Pino's run there. I don't think Adam Wharton will be at Crystal Palace come next season. And now Baleba finds a hole in the boot from Jorginho. Didn't we talk about his first touch just a minute ago? Here is Munoz on the outside. Worked well. Ball across. Just too much for Strand Larson. But the away fans cheer for that one. It's so interesting to me that I always associate Brighton with back and forth type games, but they're willing to build up slowly through the lines a whole lot. And that's kind of the reason, because they give the ball away a lot as they try to do it, especially when you press them high. Arsenal still have to play Brighton this season in a couple of weeks. I think it's after the Spurs game. Working around here. Pascal Gross wide. Brighton patient as always until I say something and they hit it long for Mitoma. He's going to get there. Ooh, chest control not good enough there. And it just fall to the grateful hands of Henderson. It's a good ball. out to in run from the Japanese winger. Strand Larson battling. Good defending from Dunk. Foul on Hughes. He's got to be careful. Got to be careful, Will Hughes. Yeah, agreed. I think at the moment for Reuter, he's actually lucky to be in the side. If you ask me, I think he's been poor today. But he's had his moments this season. He's had his moments. He's kind of been okay. Like Brighton have kind of been okay. Good ball from, see, there he is. Reuter once again. Poor first touch. Poor first touch once again. I think he'll probably come off at some point, and Welbeck will come in. But it's very interesting the way Castellanos is playing as like a false nine type for Brighton. There's really no target man up there because the guy that's supposed to be the center forward is coming deep. And you can see Reuter is now the furthest man forward. Also kind of a short, not necessarily the classic profile of a number 9 target man. Like Strand Larson is the profile of a classic number 9. I don't think that Danny Welbeck is the guy that I would say in the Brighton team would be that guy, could do that role. And we'll probably see him. Oh, no. Oh, no. Production, of course, has to put up successful passes metric and highlight that Reuter has been terrible. That's what do you got? What are you guys doing? That's mean. Yeah, I agree. They need Welbeck. Baleba right at the heart of the defense. Kadioglu can't sort his feet out, but it'll fall for Harry Howell anyway. He likes that turn. Kadioglu's got some space for the cross. Just got through. Didn't necessarily get to the Brighton man running for the near post, however. But they'll come again. Commentators saying game's in the balance. Well, duh. All the way back here for Verbruggen. Pascal Gross picking the ball up in these positions. Might be a tactical switch. All the way across through Ismail Assar. And now they'll try to come down the left side with Matoma. Palace just retreating a little bit here. Brighton happy to take the territory. Combining on the left there, just back and forth with Matoma. They've done nothing with it. But once again, Pascal Gross in this space on the right-hand side. Can't let him cross. He decides not to anyway. Harry Howell taking on Mitchell. It's been a good battle. Fine Baleba. Turn. He does so well to get away from 3 Brighton Palace players, I should say, but that's lofted a bit too much of an arc. In for Matoma, Henderson will come out to collect. Very interesting here from Palace. Even when they do try to play it around a little bit, it's still a ball around the corner. Here comes Gussard. Is he coming on for Reuter? Or not for Reuter. He's plays for Brighton. Yeremy Pino. He's been anonymous today, actually. I think he's maybe suffered from the tactics, Yeremy Pino, as far as against the ball and pressing and whatnot. We just haven't seen him much in the game. And Gussand, the new man for Palace on. He's had 4 or 5 appearances so far. What? Hoofed really far up into the crowd there for no reason whatsoever. Yeah, it's a bunch of new faces for Palace. That's another issue, you know. It always takes time to gel with new people. Chris Richards definitely can get the ball to the box from this distance. I guarantee you USA is going to be doing long throws at the World Cup. I guarantee it. So too will England. Snap meme says Spurs are going to win a trophy next season. I think not even Spurs fans are saying that. Not even Spurs fans are saying that. Doesn't Choo Choo Blood have the backing of the board or whatever? Ah, yes. Snap meme. Yes. Good for you. Yeah. I still don't think they're good enough to win the championship. I don't think Spurs. The championship ain't no joke, man. Texas, I might be going to something in Atlanta, or we'll see. We'll see what happens. As far as how my plans work out, but I think Nez and my buddy Patrick are going to try to get some tickets for Atlanta, so we might join them. Yeah, if you've never been Texas to the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, I've never seen anything like it. Obviously, you may have been to the Superdome or to the Dallas Stadium, all down here. But yeah, that stadium in Atlanta is incredible. I've never seen anything like that, man. Snap Means says Spurs want Romero to go, but the thing is, Romero would leave anyway if Spurs get relegated because ain't no way he playing in the championship. Yeah, dude, Romero's a thug. Romero's just a thug. Straight up, that was a horror challenge yesterday. Completely let his team down, wearing the armband and everything. He's terrible, man. And I think he's a liability. But yeah, there'd be a fire sale if Spurs went down. They would sell a bunch. They would have to sell a bunch of players. That'd be crazy. That would be crazy. Imagine that stadium in Hull City, Wigan, teams like Middlesbrough and Wrexham playing at the 3-point lane. Ooh, late challenge. Yes, this game's going to be awesome. We will be locked in, Snap Meme, right here. We'll be doing the watch along, of course. It's going to be a good one. I'm excited, looking for some basketball. Hopefully it's more exciting than this Brighton Palace game. Yeah, man, Wrexham, who knows, got an outside shot at making the league. Yeah, well, there's a lot of players in that Argentina squad, Texas, that better be licking Leo Messi's boots. Just licking his boots like Enzo Fernandez. That World Cup changed Enzo Fernandez's life, man. Changed his life. And Benfica just laughing all the way to the bank. Laughing all the way to the bank for that 110 mils from Chelsea, dude. That World Cup absolutely scammed everybody when it comes to Enzo Fernandez, if you ask me. Hype, bro. He is nowhere near a $100 million player, but standing next to Leo Messi, and all you have to do is give Leo Messi the ball. That's your whole job in the Argentina team, bro. Is he really, Snap Meme? See, I didn't know that, and I don't necessarily pay attention to a lot of stuff off the field. I try to separate these guys, who they are from, what they do. It's sometimes tough, of course. Like I've heard that about John Terry as well, and I think he was very public about it. And no, I don't like John Terry at all, but I still respect the player he was. Yeah, I haven't heard this. I haven't heard this one about the whole Argentina team, but there's a lot of that out there, unfortunately, in the world today. Too much hate in the world. Here's Gasson winning a good second ball. Ooh, it's a good ball. Ismail Star. He's got to score. He does. 1-0 to Crystal Palace. And I'm telling you, people, that's what happens when you win second balls. Haven't we been talking about a long ball up for Strand Larson? And if he just gets one knocked down right, and they got it right. Knocked down right for Gasson. Ollie Glasner looks an absolute genius. Substitute comes on, wins the second ball. Quick ball in transition to Ismail Assar, the speedster. He does the rest. 1-0 to Palace. Game on. And I didn't even have Photoshop open to do my scoreboard. that's how the game's been. But that's fantastic work from Crystal Palace. Fantastic work from the substitute. Wins the second ball. Ismail Assar uses his speed. He knows he's going to go past everybody. Hits it right at Verbruggen, though. Hits it right at Verbruggen, who obviously thought it was going the one of two ways, but it hits him in the face instead. 1-0 Palace. And now, of course, the home side going to have to up the levels, going to have to up the energy. For sure, going to have to up the energy. And I think Crystal Palace is a much-needed goal for the away side. Yeah, once Ismail Assar gets going, especially into space like that, very tough to stop. Very tough to stop. But as you might expect from a team where both teams score nearly every game, Brighton do have comeback power. Ball's rolling again here at the Amex with Kadioglu. Three wins out of four after scoring first away from home, says the commentator for Crystal Palace. But then, of course, he moves on to the comeback power that Brighton has. So it should be, should be a good half hour here of football set up for us. Reuter once again, bro, Reuter needs to come off. Enzo Fernandez was singing a racist song, largely a team bus, live streamed out on Instagram. Also posted Spanish slur for black people on his story. Yeah, like I say, I don't necessarily pay attention to stuff that people are doing off the field. I'm aware of it, obviously, Saka's got his restaurant or whatever and his hot sauce and all that stuff. So I'm I hear all that stuff. But yeah, I just kind of try to separate it all. And, footballers are still people. Footballers are still people, man. And some people are good. Some people are shit. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. It is. And it is what it is. My opinion of Enzo Fernandez as a player is not affected by his racist or not racist opinions, whatever they may be. I still think he's overrated regardless. Ooh, that ball's going to get through here, and Matoma's got the speed. Costellas, I should say. Oh, great save. Kick save from Dean Henderson. Costellas on the breakaway. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, see, that's a huge if this is true, that'd be a huge issue, right? Snap meme. You can't be doing that kind of crap to your own teammates. Pool City lineup is out. Oh, yeah, it's going across the bottom of the screen there. Rodri with the start. O'Reilly, Silva, Semenyo, Marmouche, Holland. Interesting from Pep. That's an attacking lineup, people. We're going to get the basketball we were promised. We're going to get the basketball. And, yeah, here comes Gomez for Reuter. There's only so many really poor touches you can have now that you're down a goal. And I imagine Gomez will come on for Reuter, and Denny Welbeck will come on for Castellas, who's just missed that breakaway. You're right, Snap Meme. 100% City pressure's on. Pressure is really, really, really on. And trust me, I've felt that we need to win every single pressure. I felt that for 3 seasons, 4 seasons now, I should say. The 3 seasons prior, Arsenal have been in that spot where, oh shit, we got to win everything or else. And I'm very, very, very happy that it's somebody else this season. I'm so grateful that's not us this season. But of course, we got to lock in and finish it out, of course. Here's Will Hughes with the in swinger. It's up. It's a run in from, it was Lerma that time. Lerma got to it, but it'll go out for the goal kicker. Maybe it was a foul on Verbruggen. Lerma's unmarked. He's unmarked, and there's no foul. He's got every right to go for it, but it looks like Lacroix gets there in front of him. I'm not so certain that United fans will be rooting for Liverpool because Liverpool are a direct rival for champs. They're actually a rival for something this season, the two of those. And so unless United are thinking they can catch City, because as it sits, nobody's paid attention to this, but United are 12 points back. City are 9 points back. So maybe you're right, Snap Meme. Maybe you're right, bro. Exactly. There it is. Hey, maybe you're right. Obviously, United fans are giddy at the moment, as they should be. And so they'll be having it in their head. They'll be having those kinds of thoughts in their head. So, yeah, actually, makes total sense, brother. Makes total sense. And here are these changes. Menta's coming in as well. Yo, Menta is so fast. This number 11 for Brighton. Speedster, bro. So fast. And he's got a cannon. He's got an absolute cannon. You know how sometimes you look through a whole season and you go back and you're like, man, that was a moment. That was a huge moment in the season. David Raya's save on the Menta curler when Arsenal beat Brighton 2-1. Or was it 1-0? But we beat them by 1 goal. And that save from David Raya on the Menta curler, I'm going to remember that one at the end of the season. If not the title, at least they can prevent City from another title, and they can possibly finish above City. Hey, the way the mentality's looking at Manchester City and the way it's looking completely the opposite at United, you never know. You never know. Maybe next season's going to be a callback to the old days of Wenger and Fergie, and United are going to be up there challenging. We'll see. We'll see. They're definitely playing with a freedom and a passion that you didn't see under Sevenhag and Amarim. Brighton pressing a little bit higher now, of course. And that's a good win from Baliba. Matoma into Castellanos. Sub still waiting. And Wharton's got all kinds of space to run into here. Good ball out wide for Munoz. You got to get the early cross. Oh, I think the move maybe just broken down as Brighton get back. But here's a cross from Wharton to the back post. Yeah, should have crossed it earlier. Should have hit a good enough ball for Munoz to get the first cross in. Snap says, United and Arsenal, back to the old rivalry days, both playing good with City and Liverpool playing bad. Yeah, hey, maybe that's it. Maybe that's the one. Yep, Baliba's coming off here. It's an attacking move. Definitely attacking move. Ooh. The Kuiper's not happy. Not happy at all. Harry Howe, Baliba, and De Kuiper coming off. And somehow Jorginho Rutter survives. Rutter somehow survives on the field. He's been having a shocker, but maybe it'll be curse of the commentator and he'll come back and make up for it with the equalizer. Both Harry Howe and Baleba sitting there sucking wind. Yep, game of the weekend. Game of the weekend, Snap. We're very excited as well. I'm pumped up. Should be a lot of fun. Should be a whole lot of fun. We're hoping it's a fantastic advert for the league. We're hoping for a Liverpool victory to cap off an incredible weekend in the Premier League. It's been an incredible weekend. I've certainly enjoyed it. Got to win a second ball here. Will Hughes fighting. Got to be careful with that yellow card. Gasson trying to turn out. Will Hughes does well there to win it for Mitchell. Oh, yeah. I would love a scrap. Love to see a good scrap. I doubt we'll see Adama Traore, or maybe Holland. Maybe Holland will like throw Florian Wirtz into the crowd or something. That'd be hilarious. That would be kind of similar. Oh man. Yep, there you go. Exactly. We're on the same page. We're on the same page there, Snap. Yep. Oh man, that'd be great. Ball across here for Reuter. He's finally got a good first touch, but he's probably going to give it away. He certainly has done. Everyone here in the stadium and in the chat shocked he's still on the field. Here's Gassond. Pascal Gross does very well there. 20 minutes. 20 minutes for the home side to figure it out. Find something. I appreciate everybody being here. Smash up those likes. It really does help the channel. Subscribe if you're new. It'd be an honor and a pleasure to welcome you to the community. As we're another 20 minutes here. We're gearing up. Oh, Strand Larson onto this one. He's got to do it himself. Nobody's with him. Takes the shot. It'll be a good save from Verbruggen, but he just pounces on it. And it's, oh, wow. Very interesting. The big man's got the pace. Got that quick acceleration, Strand Larson. I was not familiar with your game, bro. Goes for the shot. It is right at Verbruggen, but they'll win the corner. Be able to take some time here. I think it's been smart from Ollie Glasner to leave Strand Larson on, help his team kind of find that chemistry. Here's a long throw from Richards. Looping. Who's at the near post? My man Danny Welbeck putting it out for the corner kick. And we'll get a wrestling WWE match in that 6-yard box once more. Commentator letting us know the last time Palace won a game was the last time they scored more than once. Versus Fulham. Here comes the in-swinger from Wharton. Hey! Strand Larson, the target, the man underneath it. Always wearing the deuce. Big up. I used to wear the 22 in high school. Oh, it's a free header. Just can't get it on goal. See, that's good work. That's good work from Brighton. And a full-blooded challenge there. What a tackle from Lacroix on Menta. They both come up limping, but that is the kind of challenge you love to see. That's the Premier League we know and love right there. Oof. Coming in hot. Brighton with a chance to create. Ooh. Ooh. Got to have a little bit more quality than that, and it's back with Dunk. And now Pascal Gross. I think Gross has had a lot of the ball in build-up positions and not necessarily in higher up the pitch in dangerous positions enough times. He's the one on with the service. He's got the vision. He's got the passing, of course. And here's Daichi Kamada, a very good player for Palace. He's been out for a while. The Eagles will be happy to get him back in action. For sure. It's not a great touch from Gassond there. Brighton can work it through the midfield. Ooh, that was decent. Good clearance from Lerma. Kedioglu hasn't been at his best today. Out here on the right, he's had some poor touches. But I think he's a good overall, decent player overall for Brighton. Will Hughes in the tackle, that's going to be a foul, and that's well done from the veteran in the midfield there. I think it's Will Hughes that's going to come off for Kamada. It's probably why he's coming off now. But hey, adequate replacement, adequate cover is Daichi Kamada, of course. Will Hughes is more of a battler. Like, that's his type. He's not necessarily going to be scintillating in possession, but he'll fight. He'll definitely fight. You got to have those kinds of players in the team, I think. Back rolling here with Palace. Wood's going to be intercepted there from Boscogli. Oof. You can hear him screaming from here. Not excited about that challenge from Strand Larson. Hey, he's kicked him right in the knee. Oh, I felt that one. Oof. Right in the knee. Got about 15 minutes left in this one, people. 15 minutes for Brighton to rescue it. And I got a sneaking suspicion my man Danny Welbeck's going to rescue it at some point. That's why he's come on. That's certainly why he's come on. What are the crowd singing? So like it's just a sore one or something. It's a very good goal by Palace. Perhaps fortunate with the finish, but again, Verbruggen was thinking he's going left or right. I think he leans to the left, his left. The ball hits him in the face. Because yeah, just get it on target. That's all you got to do. And if it goes in the back of the net, we're not worried about how. They all count. They all count. Brighton will hit one long here into the channel. It's not angled enough. And the goalkeeper will say, Henderson will do the shielding there for you on Danny Welbeck. Henderson and Jefferson Lerma combined. Lacroix telling the away fans to appreciate his midfielder. Oh, good work, Henderson. That's good work from Dean Henderson. I love it when goalkeepers go on walkabouts. I don't love it when David Raya goes on walkabouts. I love it when other goalkeepers do crazy things. David Raya is worth a walkabout every game. He definitely had one versus had a couple actually versus Sunderland. A couple of heart and mouth moments. That ball's gonna stay in. Yep. And Brighton will chase it into the corner there. Oi! Welbeck giving it right back to Lerma after the previous play. And right now, this is a massive victory for Crystal Palace. Massive victory for Crystal Palace at the moment as it stands. A big 3 points that I did not expect them to get. Did he just give Munoz a yellow card for time wasting? I think he did. Yep, he did. And that's a 5th yellow for Munoz. Did they make that change already? He's talking about Hinselwood. Has Reuter finally been hooked? I think that's the last 2 subs for Brighton, too. That's a decent touch for Matoma, who's got an even better touch around the corner. Oh, that's so well done from Karu Matoma, bro. Cleared out for a corner kick, but that was so well done. What a player. Matoma's a hell of a player. I'm kind of shocked that he's stayed at Brighton, to be honest with you. He has been very, very good over the years. Perhaps not as prolific as you would hope him to be, and maybe that's why he's still at Brighton, but here comes the in-swinger. It's up. doesn't beat the first man. Gasson traps it down, and Munoz will hook it clear. Brighton with 10 minutes here to rescue this one. Got to find some urgency. Here's Menta in some space on the right-hand side. He's got Castellanos, however you say that. I can't remember. There it is, Kostulas. Obviously, my Greek is not, it's a little rusty. She's just a wee bit rusty. There he is. Roots are coming off for Henselwood. And O'Reilly coming on for the aforementioned Kostulas. I am unfamiliar with O'Reilly. It's a good tackle there in the midfield. Good battle still. Palace will come up with it. They'll just look to keep it here. Just look to kind of deaden the game with some concerted possession. And as soon as I say it, we've launched it long now. Got to win the second ball, though. Got to win the second ball. Brighton have done well. They've done very well. Kadioglu can bring it forward. Oh! Sold it short for Menta. And Tyreek Mitchell can intercept. Why are we worried about James Milner, bro? He's still on the bench. Move on. Production having to pull every ounce of a story from anything at all. Good ball into the pocket here. Here's Kadioglu. Now Pascal Gross moving too slow, homie. You're going way too slow. Lucky that. It's a horrendous challenge from Gasson. But Pascal Gross just invited that on because he was at walking pace. Y'all are down in goal, man. Hasn't really been much from Brighton to get the crowd excited since the subs. But this is a chance to send Dunk forward. See if they can't cause some chaos in the box. It'll definitely be Pascal Gross over this one. Brighton just kind of running out of ideas here. Kind of running out of ideas a little bit. They can't seem to get their own head on one of these crosses. It's always Palace first to the ball in the box. Second ball won by Adam Wharton, brought down well. Oh, Mitchell's is he gonna get there? He does have the speed, but Menta, there's that speed from Menta helping out Kadioglu there on the back line. And as a winger in this league, a lot of times you're going to have to help out your defender, and that's going to be a yellow card for Strand Larson. Pulls back his man there. But Strand Larson has definitely worked hard today. Definitely worked hard today. I think they'll enjoy him up top as they get more and more game time with him. Palace have won it here. Larson, a good touch for Ismail Assar, who will be taken down by Gomez. Will definitely catch a yellow for that one. The substitute just on himself. Yeah. Absolutely a foul. Absolutely a yellow. And they'll just let the clock run. Take their time here. Game management style. Brennan Johnson getting ready for some kind of pity minutes here just to stop up the time. Maybe he's meant to be the clincher in the end, the guy that comes on and throws the dagger blow at the end. Maybe that's what the plan is here, but they may not need one. They may not need one, Palace. Adam Wharton to send this one into the box. Who's there? Back post. It's off of Brighton head, so Kadioglu has to clear. What a touch from Matoma, bro. And the ball into the line. Here's an opportunity for Brighton with some space on the right-hand side. It's a switch. It's going to get over Wharton for Pascal Gross. If he gets there, he does indeed. Here's Mente on his left foot. Pascal Gross, you're way offsides, buddy. You're way offsides. That's a poor decision from Menta. That's a poor decision from Menta to pass it back to Gross. Yes, it was a good ball. It was a good idea, but he's well offsides, man. Well offsides. Yeah, you gotta be aware there that he's coming back from an offside position. And Brennan Johnson will replace Ismail Assar here just to waste some more time. Yep. Ismail Assar is the game winner at the moment. Got the match winner at the moment. So Brennan Johnson on the former Tottenham man. See what he can do. Probably nothing at all. Ball's up. Got to win a second one. Wharton just hooks it forward. It's a creative backwards header from Dunk for his goalkeeper. That. Hey, whatever works. Whatever works. He's just lucky Verbruggen was alive to what was going on. Sky Sports NFL tonight at 10 o'clock. He says, Brighton going backwards again. Guys, you're down a goal. Guys, there's 2 minutes left. The fans trying to tell him, yo. Oh, that's a good work from. Oh. Wow. I think it might have been a push, but Matoma brings it down in the box, and Chris Richards just recovers in time because his next touch is absolutely a volley in the back of the net there. Brighton having to press high, of course. The balls are there through the lines. Great touch. Palace still fighting really hard in the midfield. Just slipping away here for the Seagulls. Just slipping out of their grasp here as we reach the 90th minute. Hey, Matoma has switched out to the right here. Gusson wins it. Strand Larson doing well. Doing well to draw the foul. Buscagli screaming. Not excited about that call. And Palace can just eat up more of the clock. Center backs congratulating their center forward on his work for the team today. And he's been decent, Strand Larson. I think he's certainly been decent for them. I think he'll suit Palace. He'll suit their style well. And he's young. He's like 21. And here we are. We've moved into 6 minutes of stoppage time for the Seagulls here to find it something, anything that might get them back in this game here. Got to come forward quickly. It's a long one. It's up. Danny Welbeck's going to get underneath this. That's fantastic. D from Lacroix. No nonsense, just clear it, but it's going to come right back at him here with Kadioglu in some space. Got to find him, got to give him an angle on the right-hand side, and he's just hit it right at Henderson. Somebody's got to run in behind down the line for him. Kadioglu struggled today. definitely struggled today. Palace will try to put Verbruggen under some pressure here just to make sure they see it out. 5 minutes to go. Danny Welbeck working hard, though. Got to win a second ball. Got to win a second ball. Matoma eventually comes out with it. Minta 1v1 on the other side. That's going to be a foul. Munoz booked already. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Nope. He's walking away from the referee. I think if he's not on a yellow, he gets a yellow. And I think the referee's just shown mercy here. Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure. He's incredibly lucky. Incredibly lucky to still be on the pitch is Munoz. I think the referee is let that one go. If he wasn't on a yellow, he would have gotten one. Ball to the back post. It's up. Jefferson Lerma's underneath it, and he'll hoof it clear. Brendan Johnson will chase after it, but just retreat now. Less than 4 minutes. Desperation station for Brighton. But it's Palace who come down with the second ball once again, and they'll win the corner. Excuse me, the goal kick. Commentator says there's not a lot of options for the man of the match, so you got to give it to Ismail Assar for the goal. I think Strand Larson has a shout just for how he's worked. He's had some good moments. But yeah, Ismail Assar, he was certainly dangerous and got his goal. And at the moment, he's won the match. And that makes you the man of the match, I guess. Hassan will bring it down. Oh, he juggles that well. That's nice. The Palace fans love that. Brennan Johnson. Here's Munoz. Strand Larson! Oh, wow. That's a very odd save from Verbruggen. He's managed to get it away. But Strand Larson almost caps off the debut in the Prem with a goal. I think Palace fans will be more than happy with Strand Larson's performance today. That's great touch from Munoz. Minta doing well to make Henderson just hit it long. And now Brighton, 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left. Gonna launch it forward. Got to get something here. And that'll just go for Dean Henderson. Yep. Left it out for the goal kick. Boos from the home fans. Rutro. This could have been it right here. Strand Larson. Oh. It's kind of a bit too straight. That's a save Verbruggen should be making, but a save he needed to make nonetheless. And he has done so. Away fans celebrating. A minute to go. Pascal Gross down with the second ball here. Karu Matoma looking for the switch. He's only created a 50-50 ball. Brighton have come down with it, though. Here's Minta. A minute left. A minute left to go. Will there be some last-minute heroics from anyone in blue and white? And that is a foul against Lewis Dunk. And that, my friends, might just be that. Well played from Ollie Glasner's men today. You know, weren't necessarily scintillating, but they executed the tactics and the game plan well. And in the end, it was that game plan that ended up getting their goal. And therefore, you got to give credit to the manager. Plus, it was a substitute that got the assist. I think even with the fallout between Hello. Hello. Thanks for being here. It's going to be offsides, and that's it. Is there going to be time? Is there going to be time for Brighton for one more opportunity here at the end of the game? There isn't. That's the final whistle. Boos ring out at the Amex as the arch rival, the arch nemesis, has come to town and left with the 3 points. Oh, it's a knee slide from the goalkeeper. It's a knee slide from Dean Henderson. Wow. And they're drinking in the tears of the rival here. The knee slide on the opposition ground, giving it the biggin, as they say, across the pond. And there you have it, people. Crystal Palace won, Brighton 0 in a massive, massive victory for the Eagles. Ismail Assar gets your winner, and that's all it took today for the team from London to take the 3 points. Yes, sir, Mr. Don James. Brighton was poor, and I believe it was you who said they might get relegated if they don't watch out, because Crystal Palace and Brighton have now switched positions in my book, as Palace get the much-needed win and Brighton plummet down the table, now into 14th. Now into 14th. Well, there you have it, folks. Another good Premier League watch-along gone by for us today as they review the goal. It's certainly been my pleasure to preside over this one. I'm grateful everybody's been here. Smash up the likes on your way out. Of course, subscribe to the channel if you are new. I certainly would appreciate it, and it would be an honor to welcome you to the community, of course. And get that notification bell on, because we will be right back locked in for Liverpool versus Manchester City. So like I said, I appreciate you being here, and you will see me next time.